Hi guys, it's Anne. Thank you so much for joining me. We continue to navigate some extreme energies. This mass awakening is affecting more and more people right across the globe. Now, the tools that a lot of people use to reflect what the energies are doing really aren't doing justice to the intensity of what is coming through right now. For the past few days, it has been wild. So a lot of people are going to feel some huge ascension symptoms, are going to be feeling these huge ascension energies, big shifts, big shifts, big changes in a lot of people's lives, big nudges, big pushes to make change, to see things differently, some tough lessons, but some great new energy to support this new vision. And wow, it is definitely a fun ride. We'll use that term loosely. I am still surprised after all these years, the amount of intensity of the energies coming in through the daytime, sometimes knocking us right on our butts. The body will tell you what it wants and what it needs. We have to really always practice, if you're on this journey, extreme self-care, and listen to what you're being asked to do, especially in the area of rest. Some of us tend to push ourselves a little bit harder. That is a survival mechanism in some cases, but to really listen to what the body is saying. Definitely lots of hydration is called for right now. So yeah, big energies. Major shifting is definitely happening here. So the main message I'm getting is we are preparing for something big, but we don't know what it is. And there's a mixed energies that are sort of on the table right now. One is some of these energies aren't really what would be considered all that fun, but we try not to delineate between good and bad, but as necessary. So grieving our past, reflecting back on our past, reflecting back on old friendships, old relationships, understanding the value, appreciating them for what they were trying to pull out, what it tried to teach us, and then letting it go. And at the same time, realizing that we are not our past. Everything happens for a perfect reason. And then to really work into this creation mode. And this has been a bit of a challenge because we're being challenged with holding on to this past energy, our old ways and patterns of thinking, and then the new coupled with the intensity, the amount of energy coming in, knocking us on our asses some days. So you really have to kind of really listen to yourself now more than ever. So listening to yourself is definitely a key here, not letting an outside source tell you how you're going to feel for the day. It's really hard enough, I'm finding, for us to because there's so much happening in the astral world, in our sleep mode, way more than we can ever even possibly imagine. Some more than others, a lot of clearing and purging. When we first wake up, it is getting past that initial thought that I don't want to get out of bed. But once we do, once we set an intention just to get moving, the day will turn around. So we have to stay in this mastery mode to keep moving, even in small steps throughout the day, or big steps if that's where you're at on this journey, making big change. But we have to recognize that sometimes what happens in our physical world is what we're trying to clear. So what many people might be feeling right now is an urge to clean, tidy, organize. And this is really a very good energy. In a way, it's making us let go of things, of the material things, of energy that no longer serves serves us of looking at an object and then being able to release it is really the reflection of the emotional release that a lot of us are working through right now. So tidying, organizing, maybe buying something new to add to your space, receiving something new that makes you feel good about your space and yourself is always a very good thing to do. So really getting comfortable in our energetic environment, because it's part of our energy and our energetic selves. So this is really the big theme right now, diving sort of deeply into the subtle and unconscious energies. There's so many things happening, big things. So I'm feeling like we are getting prepared for something here. I know, feeling like I'm preparing for something, I'm getting ready for something, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. So embracing the fact that it's unknown, really getting used to the idea that a new earth, a new way of operating requires a huge change in how we operate. So really being open to the fact that things are going to be different. Every day, it's almost like we're taken out of our comfort zone, just in terms of dealing with these 5D energies. I mean, it's a completely different mode of being and operating, this floating around and not feeling like we fit. I've kind of felt like this my whole life, but not feeling like we fit energetically, but still working with what we're given, and by reflecting our best selves around others and giving ourselves a break. We don't really have to be anyone in particular except exactly who we want to be at the time. So very, 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 very powerful. It almost feels a little bit like a cocoon. So a metamorphosis and feeling like the cocoon, just figuring out what the next phase of this version of life, of this school is going to be, through very subtle changes, and reflecting back on all of the things that have been manifesting, all those things that you've been asked for and have received. It's time to really sit back and appreciate how much you anticipated getting something or receiving something, and then you did. Let's take a moment to reflect on how powerful we are when we really want to make something happen. So big time, big changes, big navigation energy to navigate. It is definitely one that's keeping us on our toes, but we're seeing the results of this. We are so energetically powerful, all of us. And there are so many people right across the world who are feeling this, are participating in this, are blocking out the narrative, who are not listening to what others think they should be feeling. This is a reflection on them, not on us. So we're holding up this higher frequency, whether you know it or not, through our ability to remember to stay in this higher frequency, to accept it as just the way things are. So, wow, guys. I mean, what can I say? There's a lot going on. Like for me personally, if for the astrologically minded, I'm going through my North Node return, where my Moon and North Node in Gemini, and my Saturn return, Saturn in Aquarius. And of course, we have Mercury retrograde. So yeah, a lot of Mercury energy as well, a lot of processing mentally, trying to make sense of things and trying to not make sense of things in some aspects, with just remaining present is definitely a challenge some days, to come back to this 0 point energy, mastering 0 point energy, coming back to 0 point when we don't want to create karma, when we don't want to create anything, we just want to be in it. And then when we want to bring the mind into play, to put it to good use into things that are productive, not dragging us down through this old outdated vortex of energy. So some fun things to play with if we look at it that way. Because, I mean, this life is here to live. It's here as a journey for us. It's here to enjoy. We have to remember our gratitude, very much so, to keep your heart space always, always open. There's something so much bigger going on here for all of us, folks. And I appreciate all of the work that every single one of us is doing here. Is simply magical, and it is working. So stay with the program. It's awesome time. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll definitely talk soon. Bye.